mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
Oh, Josh just moved. We had the test and he just moved the camera.
I'm all right. I know where I was.
All right, guys, the Blitz is back. I'm Charlie Winkle here with Anthony Roberts and Josh Onan. Welcome to the Blitz the Bookie podcast. It's Tuesday, August the 18th, the highly anticipated episode 96. It was supposed to come out last week, but the internet was acting like 1996 last week. Complications with the dial-up internet. I think we got the internet fixed. I think. And we're all here. We're ready to rock and roll. We are officially 11 days away from the start of college football season. 8 games next Saturday. Not a great slate of games, but football's back and it's the first Saturday of college football. So although we have not talked a lot of football lately, we are ready to go. We planned on doing the first half of our college football preseason previews this week, but because of the delay, we had to push some stuff back. So episode 96 is just going to be the throwback to 1996. Next week, episode 97 will be the throwback to 97 and our full college football preview. Guys, y'all ready to go with 1996? I was ready to go last week. I had my Tupac shirt on. I almost put it back on, but look, it's 1996, so we're going with the blue and white.
Guys, I solved the problem for Charlie last week. It was non-technology guy me, but Charlie, just like in 1996, you had those 30-day free trials for the internet. Charlie forgot to switch names and get another free trial on that AOL internet. So that's what happened. He don't want to admit it to nobody. Charlie, you got to continuously update that 30-day trial.
I got it. I got it.
That's okay.
I mean, It's hard to remember every month to do that. So, I mean, I've been doing it. I forgot one time. So we're back up and running. And you say we're clear, right? We're 1080. We're 5K, whatever.
Yeah, you're on day 26 right now. Day 26.
No, I'm on like day, I don't know, 5, 6, something like that. We're good to go. All right, guys, 96. We know the sports was good, but we'll finish off with the sports like we have been. I've looked into 97 already, so I kind of forgot about 96. What world events did we have? I know the rap world was crazy in 96, so we could start with the music. What do y'all think? Y'all have anything? Bin Laden declares war on the USA for the first time in 1996. Did y'all know that?
Yep.
Bin Laden, the guy was the greatest hider ever. The Russians tried to get him. The Americans tried to get him. The guy was a hider. He'd go into a mountain, dude. The guy was hard to find. You got to give him credit for that. Like the guy or not, the guy might have been the greatest hider ever. The CIA was after him. The Special Forces. We couldn't find that guy for a long time. Saddam Hussein, we found him quick. He was in some hole out in the middle of the desert. We pulled him out. Bin Laden, that dude's like a freaking warrior survivor, like Rambo on steroids.
There's people out there that still haven't been caught, so he can't be the best of all time. He can't
not
be
that they were looking at not that they were looking for that hard anymore. When they need somebody, they want somebody, and they put all their resources behind it, like they did with him. They find them, dude. They found Saddam pretty quick. The guy's a hiding machine. A guy that is a billionaire was willing to live like a peasant in the mountains, inside of tunnels, inside of safe houses to hide. I'm not saying he was a great person, but a great hider. You wouldn't want to play him in hide and go seek. First sheep cloned.
Yeah. I did I feel like I had that somewhere, Anthony. That's funny you say that.
Yep.
Yeah, first cloned animal, Dolly the sheep, born in Scotland.
We got more sad stuff. The TWA Flight 800 explodes off the New York coast, killing 230 people.
That was horrible. I remember that.
That
was horrible. That's a lot.
That was going to Paris.
Yeah, Flight 800. Yep.
Here's another side one. The Ozone Disco Club, dancing club in the Philippines, caught on fire, killing 162 people.
Yes.
Oh, this is the route we're going, huh?
Just deaths.
Here's a positive. In the United States, that year, 3,960,000 907,748 people were born that year in the U.S. So there's some positive. We lost a bunch, but we added almost 4 million in the U.S. that year.
I don't know if I know one person born in 1996.
I don't even know. I never even thought of how many people born in the U.S. in 1 year. Well, I do now, about 4 million. Wonder if that stat's more or less now.
Well,
I think it's less, definitely less.
It's funny you say that. This was for 97. In Sweden, in 97, more people died than were born, which they say was the first time since 1809 that happens. You said you didn't know anybody born in 1996, Josh. I do. Devin Booker, Jalen Brunson.
Well, personally, I don't know any 30-year-olds. We don't hang out.
Hey, one day we'll have him in here to blitz the bookie. The NBA Finals MVP, right? Brunson, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey. We are getting old.
Yep.
The first flip phone. You thought you was cool when you got the flip phone. Did everybody have a flip phone? I had a handful of them.
Yeah, I had one or two. I had the StarTAC, but that was later into the 2000s.
The flip phone. I tell you what was bad about the flip phone. I was over my grandmother's a lot. Somehow she got I told y'all, the old block cell phone. She got a hold of one. And I was really cool for a while because I had a block cell phone. It wasn't even really no good to have one because nobody else had one. Maybe Zach Morris on Saved by the Bell had one, but it had the case and everything, the block cell phone. Well, that was pretty much mine. She let me kind of run it. And I was really cool with it for a while. Well, then the flip phone came out and I was still rocking the box cell phone because, at that point, you just used something until it got old. You didn't know you had to keep your phones updated, but I got caught with my pants down on that. I remember using it going down the street one time and somebody hollered out their car at me and I was pretty humiliated. It's like, get rid of that old ass phone or something like that. I went home to my grandma. I was like, we got to update my phone. We got to get one of them flippers.
I need a flip phone.
The thing you miss about the flip phone or even just your regular phone is be able to hang up and slam it on somebody,
Or flipping it, when it was ringing to open it, flipping it. You thought you were cool in front of your girlfriend. Give it a little flick. I remember the first ones I had, the part that flipped was just like a piece of plastic.
Right, yes.
Remember? It really wasn't even much of anything. By the end of the flip phones, you had the razors, which were basically... those were starting to get into the colored screens and
you could put your picture on the front of it.
I don't think I ever had a razor.
I know Samsung remakes the flip phone now. They got the flip phone. I thought about buying one, but they said the first generation people didn't recommend buying them, and I'm an Apple guy anyway. So I think they've had trouble with that screen a little bit. I wish Apple would copy that, but I guess it hasn't been a big hit. Have y'all known? Has it went over strongly, the flip phone?
I've yet to see anyone with one.
Yeah,
I have. I've seen them.
Going back to flip phones.
Have you seen them the smartphones that flip open?
I've seen them.
Open.
But I've seen them in the stores. Having called somebody.
Needs a phone. Let's get a flip phone for Blitz the Bookie.
They're expensive. They're just as much as
Are they?
No, it's a smartphone that flips open. It's a whole screen. It's cool looking.
Oh, I've seen those.
A smartphone that flips open.
Yeah, I've seen those. The new $100 bill, 1996, the big face $100 bill. I don't even want those anymore. I want the old ones.
Right.
The old ones were cool.
They're cool now.
You know what I wish I would have known about back in my day? I never knew that certain years of coins or quarters were real silver, before that. I wish I would have known that. I mean, how many? I went through my quarters. I saved change. I went through my quarters. It was probably about a year ago. I think I found 13 quarters that were real silver. How many of them suckers were in circulation in 96? Because the internet wasn't big. People didn't know about it. Now people know about it. You can look up all this stuff. There was a lot of silver coins out there in 96. You could have just probably went and bought quarters from banks and found a bunch of silver quarters. If I found 13 in my collection of change in 96, you would have found a lot.
I found a bunch of old quarters not too long ago, a bunch of them. So
were they silvers?
I haven't looked into them yet. They're old ones. There's some old ones.
Is it 58? I think it's 58 or new or 60 or something. You can always tell if you turn them sideways and they get the little copper look, they're not silver. If you turn them sideways and they look like silver, that's how you know you got a real silver one. There's a certain year, I think it's 58 or 62, anything before that's real silver.
I might be sitting on a crazy fortune right there.
Well, I don't think they're worth a fortune, but I think like maybe a real quarter's worth $13.
Who knows?
Right
He might have some rare ass coin in there. Who knows?
That's what you're looking for, them rare dates.
So the Unabomber got arrested in 1996. And I want to say it was in 95 or 94. I mentioned the Unabomber. And I think I said that bombing was one of the first bombings. Do you all know how long they were trying to find the Unabomber?
I have no clue.
20 years.
What? That guy?
He was arrested after 20 years of attacks.
Really?
I did not know that.
Me neither.
None of us did. But yeah, fact check me. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Ted Kaczynski.
He's up there with Bin Laden. He must hang out with Bin Laden. So
I was going to say,
they're the same coach.
We got another good hider.
Yeah. They didn't even know who he was, though. They knew who Bin Laden was.
Yeah, 17 years.
You're seeing 17?
Yep.
We'll call it 18 and a half.
Uh-huh.
I didn't remember this happening, but I did remember, I guess later, obviously later than this, but wasn't there a robot that beat somebody in Jeopardy or something?
No, I think that happened later. I think they had a robot maybe, but this, I think in 96 or 97, there was a chess match.
That's what I had down, but I didn't remember the chess match. But I did remember something later. Was it not Jeopardy?
It may have been Jeopardy later.
What was it? It was something. But yeah, Josh mentioned it. IBM robot named Deep Blue defeats a chess champion in chess. AOL hit 5 million subs in 96.
They was loving that. They knew they was on their way. They had everybody hooked, giving everybody that 30-day free trial. You know, you thought you were getting over on them. Little did you know
there it is.
that you were getting addicted. It wasn't you thought you were getting over on them. They knew you were getting that 30-day free trial. They were hooking you like a drug dealer, son. They was like, well, you're going to wake up in 35 years and that's all you're going to do, son. All you're going to do.
I mean, thinking about it, that was really the true start to the dial-up era right there in 96. Yep. So 96 truly did hit us last week. I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy because that was the first year. You know, everybody was having trouble with it.
Yeah, life comes full circle.
It sure does.
Well, you know, they say that, and this is hard to believe, but they say that the internet goes all the way back to 1969 with the government. I think the government, NASA. That's hard to believe, but I remember, like I said, the first time I had seen a car phone or a cell phone, I thought it was magic. How in the world is like that traveling? Like before, you always had this vision in your head that it had to go, you know, across the telephone wire line, something for it to travel on. How's that shit just going to travel in the sky? Now we store all this stuff up in the cloud. It's wild. Where's the cloud at?
It's above us.
It's somewhere up there.
My mom or my grandma asked me one time. They just could not figure it out. If it goes to cloud, where is it at? Like, they were like pissed. They were all why I said it's just out there. They thought I was messing with them.
Let's reach up and grab it. Pull your info back out.
And, you know, they talk about Bitcoin and mining it. How the hell do you mine Bitcoin? Like, I still can't get that concept. Like, how do you mine it? You need a shovel? Is it on a computer? I mean, I don't know.
You're digging through the interwebs.
That shit's worth a lot of money. I will mine that shit. Just tell me how to mine it. Give me a shovel, son. I will mine that shit.
Shovel. Jackie Kennedy's auction, they auctioned off all her stuff, $35 million for
Jackie. Oh, they didn't need the money. What they auctioned it off for? The Kennedys always had money. They had money after that. What'd she need money for?
I don't know. Look it up. I didn't have enough time. I just saw that it pulled in $35 million. Game of Thrones, the first book was released.
Damn. George R.R. Martin.
Very first
1996.
I did write down, which we hadn't been doing this, and we don't have to do this every year. This is 96, right in the middle of the 90s. I think it's a good time. The cost of some different things.
Oh, yeah.
Stamp. How much is a stamp right now? I don't even know.
Shit.
People don't use stamps, do they? We do. I know
we
they
don't
still
even
do.
know.
We do. We do at my house sometimes.
How much is a stamp? Nobody even know?
80 cents?
32 cents in 1996. Gas.
Gosh.
Y'all want to take a guess? 96?
$1.08.
$1.23.
Yeah, hey, I was pretty close on the stamp price. I said 88 cents. It's 82 cents
right now.
today. Yeah.
All right.
Josh uses those stamps, son.
Minimum wage in 96.
$4.25.
What'd you say?
What'd you say? $4.25.
$5.50.
$4.75.
I knew
Right
I
in the
was
middle.
close on there because I think I made minimum wage. Shit, I worked for a place one time. It was an ice cream place. I ain't gonna name the name, but they're these little small ice cream huts here in Louisville. They're popular from the locals. He didn't even pay minimum wage, dude. He tried to pay you cash. He would have been sued to the hills nowadays. But I needed a job. I was like, he would work you before you got 16. That was the greatest thing. Like he worked. He was taking advantage of it. He was taking advantage of it.
All right, so I don't know the price of these now. Milk, how much is it now?
That's my wife. Katie.
$3. $3.
Oh well, shit! It says 288.96.
Yeah.
So milk has stayed nice and steady, huh?
I'd say milk $3.19. I think I paid for a gallon last week.
How much are eggs right now? They're up.
Yeah, not as much as people think if you buy the cheap ones. If you're buying grass fed or free range
just
chicken
eggs, regular size, maybe mediums.
$2 for a dozen.
$1.11.
Yeah.
All right, the household income, which I'm assuming is two people, right? I mean,
for a middle class living? Is that what they're saying?
The average in the United States household income,
44,000,
56,000,
36.
Damn.
I would have been up there with you all. I probably said 50 or 60. Honestly,
yeah, I said 50. Yeah.
A new car. What would you say average new car is now? 25, 30?
Shit, I bet it's in the high 30s.
I'm with you. Back then, I'm gonna say it was 14 or 15,000.
16.
Yeah.
30-second ad in the Super Bowl in 96. I don't know what that is now, but I guarantee it's way higher than this.
800,000.
I'd say 1 million.
Yeah, 1 million. 1 million.
I'm on this shit, son. Sign me up, dog. I'm on this shit.
What do you think that is right now?
A lot. Maybe not. Yeah, because Super Bowl's still big. A lot of people.
You think it's 5 times that for 30 seconds?
Maybe, but you got to remember this. I was a marketing major in college. 96 was prime TV marketing. People don't watch commercials no more. So, ads are not as much, but on Super Bowl, they still do. So
you're talking 30 seconds for 8 million. That was a 2026 Super Bowl.
Wow. Well, there was a couple that I wrote down that I just wanted to look up, but I didn't end up looking them up. So sporting events, plane tickets, Disney, Anthony, you don't have to say how much you spent, but I know that
dude, we go on a budget. We go on a
high.
budget when we go. Concerts. You can go to a concert for $40, dude.
Right.
Try it. I mean, we still go to concerts. Tickets are expensive, dude. It's a couple $100.
Concert,
my wife don't even tell me the prices no more. We went to Morgan Wallen like a month or two ago, or during Derby time. She don't even tell me the prices. I'll say, how much for that? You don't want to know.
Yeah, you're talking $500-$600 to go to a Morgan Wallen concert, and not a good ticket.
Yeah,
I saw Huey Lewis in the News for free in 90, probably 4 or 93 after a Redbirds game.
Redbirds.
But I can guarantee
you get that Redbirds ticket for free too. I guarantee it. Nobody paid to get in the Redbirds.
No, you went to Speedway or rallies.
If you paid for a ticket at the Redbirds game, you weren't very smart. You weren't very smart.
Yeah, that was back when you could get Louisville tickets and you could get Redbirds tickets all at the damn Speedway.
Yeah. Yep. It's hey, talking about 96 and how much things cost, this will lead right into music, but y'all know I'm not a big rap guy. But I do love one rap group. It was Outkast. I love the ATLiens CD. It's definitely my most favorite rap CD of all times. Wonder how much that ATLiens Outkast CD was.
CD was what? $11.99, $12.99?
I got it right here. That's one that I haven't even read yet. I got the cost of a CD in 1996. $12.
Yeah, I said $11.99. Yeah,
Josh was on that one. $11.99.
Because I bought too many damn CDs.
Too many. Even part of that club.
I had like 300 of them.
Well, before we get to the music, how much was a hooker in 96? You think?
Anthony grew up on Taylor. He should know.
I know. I mean, what do you think?
It wasn't that bad yet. It wasn't at the level it is now.
How much is one now? Call chat on Ann. Or a 12-pack. I don't know. I'm not a drinker. How much is a 12-pack these days, Josh?
$13 to $16. You know, depends if you're gas
that's
station
probably
or
double.
Kroger.
I
Probably
bet you that's double.
$8.99. It's probably $8.99 for a 12-pack in the 90s.
All right. Well, if we're going to go to music, I mean, it's got to start off with Tupac getting killed in the drive-by. You had the East Coast, West Coast battle that had been going on for a while. And then actually he put out Machiavelli, I think, 2 weeks later after
No,
he,
it was late.
no,
It was
maybe
a lot
like
later.
a month. I know. I want to say it was like a month. Maybe a month afterwards. Machiavelli came out.
Yeah, you're right. It was probably he was killed in September, and it came out like November.
Yeah, All Eyes on Me came out earlier in the year.
Yeah,
guys, you talking about all that sad stuff, and just out of there, it's out of the blue, clear skies. Here I come, I'm walking, talking true love. I'll be looking. It's George Strait. Out of the blue, clear sky. Y'all talking about that's all the rap and the violence, dude. George Strait was the biggest music hits in '96. Blue, clear skies, baby.
Tupac was getting killed was the biggest story in music in '96.
It was. But I just went in that East Coast, West Coast. I was into that South stuff, baby. That country music.
Anthony wants to jump over the biggest story. Who'd you say, George Strait?
George Strait, baby. He had more number ones than anybody ever.
If George Strait would have got killed in a drive-by in '96, we'd be talking about that.
They try to come by and kill George Strait, son. He would have pulled out a freaking revolver. He's a Cowboys, son. He pulled out a revolver and took care of him.
But yes, George Strait's got 60 number one hits.
60 number ones, dude. Like literally. And not only that, he's done it through like 4 or 5 decades. You know, most people only work for so long, their sound goes away. What he has accomplished in music, I don't think it'll ever be matched. I think 5 decades, 60 number ones. Your sound only works for so long in music.
He would have probably had 61 right now. He'd had 61. How old was he, Josh? Like 25 or something?
I think he was 25 or 26.
You could say he was at his peak. Who knows? We might not even have seen his peak. But
that sound don't work no more. It hasn't worked for a while. I know it's worked plenty in '96 and then era after, but like, you know, kind of that gangster rap's been out for, you know, a pretty good while on the rap. That's why I'm saying it's so hard to stay good for long in music, because what you do kind of goes away. Your fan base ages. I think it does anyways. Well, I love New Kids on the Block, and, you know, things just didn't work out no more.
Just this week, you know, we were talking about, you know, Outkast. I actually heard an interview. I don't know when the interview was done, but they were interviewing Andre 3000 from Outkast. And they're like, why don't you, you know, rap anymore? He's like, dude, I'm 40-something years old. What am I supposed to rap about?
I saw that.
Did you hear it and see it too? It was pretty neat.
He's like, I have nothing to rap about.
Oh, that was pretty neat. Well, I respected it.
So I agree with you, Anthony, and the whole Tupac thing kind of leads into Jay-Z debuted his first album was in 1996. He kind of got overshadowed by Nas. Nas's second album came out, and Nas was huge on the East Coast, both from New York. Of course, we'll talk about it in 97, but the Pac thing leads to the Biggie thing, and Jay-Z benefited more than anybody off of that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he's lasted, and he figured out how to go from the gangster rap to the businessman. So Tupac was already doing movies, and he was doing a lot of other stuff. So
I've never been a fan of the gangster rap, but if you like the gangster rap, he definitely has a good sound of it. Matter of fact, I think his gangster rap, not liking gangster rap, sounded pretty good.
And he was well produced with Dr. Dre, with No Limit Records. I mean, he had all the good beats. You know,
he had the money behind him with Suge.
Yep.
You know, the protection with that big ass motherfucker.
You know, the California. No telling how much it cost to make that California Love video. You know, like the Mad Max vibe of that thing. That was a multi-million-dollar music video that they put out.
That was crazy out in the desert.
Mm-hmm. And now you and Charlie could put together a video through AI.
You're right. We could. He also put out maybe the greatest diss track of all time with "Hit 'Em Up"
Yep.
right before he got killed. So yeah, Machiavelli came a little bit after, but well, I'll talk about the Jay-Z thing a little bit.
Who would have won in a Tupac Eminem diss track? I'm taking Eminem, dude. Like where they diss each other. I think Pac's probably, like you say, I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but I'm sure it's great. But dude, I've seen Eminem go after people, and they just want to holler mercy when he's done with them, dude.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of people that could go with Eminem. There's a lot of people.
Okay. I don't know.
Could go with Eminem, but I think Tupac would be one. Yeah, Tupac was great. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan then, but I am now. Outkast's second album. Anthony loves him some Outkast. At least we can get him on board on.
That's right.
Andre 3000.
Well, they weren't into the gangster rap. They was just rapping.
I loved Outkast.
Yeah,
they were great, dude.
I just never. I'll be honest with you, with the whole gangster rap thing, I never got into like kind of what they were rapping about. I like California Love. I thought that was kind of cool, definitely like that. But like some of the fucking shit that people liked back then, the shit they were rapping about, like, God damn, son, what are y'all doing? Y'all wild motherfuckers, shit.
Well, see, I've always liked the East Coast stuff because of course, I lived on the East Coast for a while. But here in Kentucky, it seems like it's more the down south. UGK was kind of taking over the South at that time. So I'm sure Josh probably knows more about UGK.
Honestly, dude, I wasn't a huge South guy. I was
Tupac was big around here.
I was more of a West Coast guy,
yeah,
honestly. I didn't like the
Louisville.
sound of the East Coast rappers, and I really didn't, come into the South too much with the love of the rap. I was a West Coast guy.
I think most people around here was. I think Tupac ruled the day. I never thought Biggie was as big as Tupac around here. They made that rivalry where it was big, and I never understood it because everybody around here I felt like was into Tupac more than they were Biggie. There were some Biggie people, but I felt like, Tupac was bigger. And I'll be honest with you, listening to them both, I thought Tupac was a really good gangster rapper. So it's just like it sounded good. His stuff sounded good. I'll give you Matt.
It's hard for me to say which one was better because they both got their own styles, and if you know the story, they were friends. So I think the media pumped it up a lot, but there was a lot of beef going on. Obviously, that was a crazy time right around in that 2 or 3 year span with all the East Coast, and it built up, and it unfortunately cost at least two and plenty others their life.
I bet you that George Strait, John Michael Montgomery, and Trace Atkins in '96 weren't down beefing like that, son. They get some beef. They was going to get some steak, go to the rodeo, and
hey, I've seen
have a good time, baby.
Didn't I see some country beef going on like a year ago? Some dude like trying to jump over a fence and fight some.
Oh, that was what's his name? That was all. Yep. He was going to TikTok. He's that young guy. He's trying to go the TikTok angle. I like him actually. He had a big hit last summer. I forget what it was. He's a small guy, but
they got their country beefs too.
Yeah, but that was kind of, they were small. They really didn't even have big records yet. So now with social media, you have like these underground people that are getting their name out a lot quicker than what they used to, but you got to follow it up. He had a big hit, but I really ain't heard him, any more of his big hits. One hit wonder, I don't know. I hope not. I like the guy. He played at Georgia Southern. I forget his name. I liked him last year, but I just ain't heard no more big music by him. I forget his name.
We was talking about the South rappers in 1996. Master P, he released Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, I almost missed that one.
Missed the Ice Cream
and
Man.
That was a good album too. If you know about Master P, he put out like 74 albums.
That was my only beef.
5 good ones.
Yeah, that was my only beef with No Limit Records. Is they just, it wasn't quality, it was just quantity.
It was definitely quantity over quality.
You'd buy an album and it'd have one good song, and you'd wait for the one that had you'd only want the one that had Silk the Shocker or See Murder on it. It was just
they cashed in during the golden era of CDs. Like I read something on there, like once all the CD game was over, that's how a lot of people made a lot of money. And the country artists were fine because they just went back to touring more. And country, I think rock has too, but country's always done really good touring. Like they sell out stadiums. Rap concerts never did. So when the CDs dried up, I think a lot of the money in the rap game kind of dried up and I'm sure they still made money, but it's when we were in 96, 97, they were making some money off those rap CDs. Master P and them, he made some money off that CD game. I feel like he was prime CD making money. Am I wrong by saying that?
No, you're not. And like he would come out and they try to make like their cases and their CDs like look good. Like the case would be orange or neon green or all these graphics on it. To try to sell
had a little
more.
booklet too.
Yeah. And
the AT Aliens Outcast. Yeah, the AT Aliens Outcast CD. It was a cool looking CD. It was green and black.
They always had good looking CDs and covers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just go. We'll go ahead and finish off the hip hop, and then we'll move on in the music world. I could talk about hip hop this whole episode. A couple good ones. Woo Ha by Busta Rhymes. That was a huge song. Renee.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, one of my favorite songs of all time. And then what other rap we had? Bone did the Crossroads.
Yeah.
I like Bone. I like Bone.
And then you like Bone?
Yeah, I thought the Crossroads was a well done song. I like the Crossroads.
Oh, that was a great song.
I told you I like music, period, good or bad. And I'm not a big rap guy, but I like Outkast and I like Bone.
I know, Josh, on the preview last Thursday, you mentioned the Fugees.
Yeah, they dropped the score. Really like that Fugees album. That's one of my favorite. I really liked it. Had Fuji La, Killing Me Softly.
Yeah,
I Shot the Sheriff. Ready or Not. All four of those songs were just hits.
Did they have that one? I'll be gone till November. I'll be gone till November. January,
that was just
February, March, April, May. I hear you crying, but girl, I can't stay. I like that song.
That's Wyclef. That was probably more like 99 or 2000.
Is he in the Fugees? Is Wyclef in the Fugees?
Yeah, Wyclef Jean was in the Fugees. Yeah, you were right.
Would he break off and do his own thing in November?
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody got mad at Lauryn Hill. She got all weird.
That was all I think that was all I had on the hip hop. There was a couple other, Genuine, the Pony.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
Anthony, you remember that song?
Yeah, I do.
Sing it for us. Let's hit that one.
Let's ride it. I don't know the words.
You had it. You had it. You was there.
I would have. That's about all I had.
Hey, you just get down to that song right there.
Dude, I can get down to any good music. Remember that. Like, it's not that I don't like rap. I still think, and I'll say it to this day, the shit y'all liked in gangster rap was stupid, guys. And I'll still say it. I know it was y'all's thing. I respect it. It was a lot of my friends' thing. I get it. But dude, they were rapping about some fucking badass shit, dude. Like, it's about fucking killing people and fucking, like, I just never could get down with it, dude.
I got one for you, Charlie. And me and Charlie has probably texted this song to each other 100 times in our lives. And we probably heard it the same amount together that we rode around in my old pickup truck in 96. But in 1996, Selly Cell, It's Going Down.
No, I missed that. That's
yes.
96.
Yep.
Oh, I am disappointed in myself on that one. You know what that tells me? Like, I look at a bunch of lists, and that just tells me that they ain't giving that song or Selly Cell enough respect, because that is a awesome song. I don't know how I missed that one. That is a great one, Josh.
I got one more for you, Charlie. Mac Mall, Get Right also came out in 96.
Hey, and before we get off, we missed one in 95, and we should both be ashamed, because another song, and Anthony, he loves hip hop. He don't like gangster rap. He needs to listen to this. Little Brother Lynch Hump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He don't want to listen to that.
You do not want to listen to that, but that was 95, Josh. We should not have missed that one.
Really?
Yes, 1995 was the
Season of the Sickness?
Season of the Sickness.
Damn.
Yes, it was.
That's one of my favorite. Dude, that album is wild.
It is real wild.
Let me tell you a song that I like. I'll tell you a song that I liked in 1996. Just a great jam. It reminds me of when I was young. Champagne Supernova. I love that song.
Yeah,
I love that fucking jam. They love that jam. You talk about something that makes you feel good. I don't even know what the words are. It just sounds good.
I gotta.
That was Oasis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got one. I got a couple for you, Anthony. Country wise, you had Brooks and Dunn, My Maria drop,
My Maria.
and then you had Deanna Carter, Strawberry Wine. Did I shave my
Strawberry
legs
wine.
for this album?
That's a good one.
Yep.
My wife loves strawberry wine, so sometimes I get down and sing it to her. Strawberry wine, 17. Think about the words, okay? So go to the gangster right. We're talking about strawberry wine, a girl's first love, some guys working on her dad's farm, some young boys, they're 17, 18 years old. She falls in love with the worker. He goes off, I think, to college or whatever, comes back every year, sees her just like strawberry wine, gets better with time.
Art. It's art.
It is, baby. It is. Time marches on. Time marches on. Came out in 96 too.
I did it. Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know that one. Macarena. We haven't even talked about it. Might be the biggest song of 96.
It was. It was the number one song of 1996.
The Macarena. Let's see.
What was the dance? When did something like this?
I don't remember it.
Hey,
I never knew it.
Yeah, it started like here.
Oh,
hip,
that was
hip.
it. That was the move. Yes, that was the move. That was a big dance, dude. Laugh all you want. That was a big dance.
Oh, it was huge. It's really, they still do it, right? I mean, they still playing that at like weddings and shit.
I'm sure they still do it at weddings. Yes.
The Spice Girls debut. So I talked about, well, I think I actually missed some. Well, I did make a video talking about one of the things that I saw was just the women dominating. And we've talked about a lot, really haven't hit on, but Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Jewel, Brandy, Whitney Houston, Alanis Morissette, Toni Braxton, Tracy Chapman, and then the Spice Girls made their debut, and Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown both made their debut. So tons of women just killing it in 1996. And then Matchbox 20 debut, and then Josh's boys, the NSYNC. Who'd you like, NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys, Josh? You'd probably like both of them.
I did. I liked NSYNC early on, but I feel like Backstreet Boys has more staying power. I feel like their songs hold up more than what NSYNC was singing about. That's my
98 degrees.
98 degrees.
Which one was just Justin Timberlake? NSYNC?
He was NSYNC. Yeah.
So you're both like, so Anthony, you're squarely on a one side of the Backstreet Boys.
Well, I like 98 degrees. I feel like they were kind of underrated, but I like Backstreet Boys. Yeah.
So, I like NSYNC. I actually went to 2 NSYNC concerts.
Did you really?
Damn. Of course you did. But you like,
I thought I was going out on a limb kind of saying I liked them. You went to the damn concert, baby.
Well,
so you like both of them, Josh?
Yeah, but yes, in a way.
See, that's how I am on the Tupac Biggie thing. I never was on one side or the other. I always liked both of them.
Right. My 2 bands, they didn't kill each other.
You know what happened? You know what happened to the boy band, don't you? Ricky Martin got big in the late 90s. That's what happened to the girls and the boys. Ricky Martin was a thing, son.
Ricky Martin
was legit. Like him or not, the dude was legit.
He had like 3 songs.
It don't matter. They were great. Make me take my clothes off and go dancing in the ring.
Man,
I love that shit, son. I love it.
Anthony likes him. I like Shakira.
I like Shakira.
The Tony Rich Project. Nobody knows. Remember that song, Josh?
Yes.
1996. That was a huge song.
Yeah, it was.
Tracy Chapman, Give Me One Reason. And then Keith Sweat. You know the song, Josh?
I like
Twisted.
Got me twisted. I do like that song. I can get down with some R&B. I don't like the gangster rap, but I can get down with the R&B because they didn't talk about all the bullshit. They talk about love making.
Come on, ride that train.
Quad City DJs.
Yeah, 1996.
I like it. Once again, not talking about nothing bad. Just let's dance.
I know. I got an R&B / rap song. I know Anthony loved this one. Blackstreet, No Diggity.
Yeah,
No Diggity. But I'm gonna be honest with you, big Keith Sweat guy. But didn't know I like No Diggity. But I like some Keith Sweat, dog. I like it. Like that was the jam going on. That was the jam going in the player there. Y'all like Keep Sweating? He was good, dude.
Heck
Yeah.
Good. He was good.
Yeah, he came from another R&B group, LSG.
Yeah.
All right. So this is one. Do y'all got anything else on 96?
Not music. No.
Music. I think I hit most of mine. Gin Blossoms, Follow You Down. That was a pretty big song.
Yeah.
And then Collective Soul. Collective Soul was big. Did y'all listen to them?
Yeah, they have one
forgot
song or two.
Yeah. Matchbox 20 started in 96. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is one that I found today, luckily, because I don't even know how I found this. I was already on to 97. Return of the Mac.
Oh shit! Yes. No, but see, it didn't hit the. See, he didn't hit the charts until 97, though. It might have came out in 96, but he must have came out in late 96 because he didn't hit the charts until 97.
Josh is saying, "Nah, I've been waiting on the Return of the Mac. You're not
All
taking
right,
it
so
from
we'll
me."
have to check. We'll have to check. Maybe that's the same situation as like the Crocodile Hunter.
The same thing happens with movies. They kind of overlap. Like movies that come out in like October, November, they come out, but then they more dominate in later the next year because they're there the whole year.
So what did you have that for 97?
I had Return of the Mac for 97.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where he started hitting the charts. I think it dropped in 96. I could be off on that one too. But you remember who that was?
I looked it up earlier, so I know it's Mark Morrison, right?
Right. Yeah, Mark Morrison. I would have never got that if I didn't see that.
No.
I did not remember that. I mean, I remembered hearing it, but I wouldn't have remembered it. I wouldn't have had that one.
Yeah, because it was like a trivia question one night at a bar, and I was really pissed. I missed it.
He's like, I got to know that. And I'm
like, I could sing the whole song. Like, how do I not know who sings it?
Hey, that's if you listen to that song, that's a good song.
Yeah. It came out, it didn't make its debut into the United States until in 97.
Oh,
but
okay.
it came out, because he's actually like an English rapper. He's an English guy. He's not like from the U.S.
But that was the last one I had on the music. Y'all got anything else? Any more country ones, Anthony, that we missed?
There was some, but the
Garth
big thing
Brooks?
you got coming up, everybody's going to have to sit backseat because one of my ex-girlfriends, Britney Spears, she starts to get her hits going in 97, 98. That's why a lot of these people fell off. Britney showed up, babe.
We get a little Britney action. We get a little Christina action. Eminem's going to come in the picture here pretty soon.
Yeah, Britney's 98.
Britney was big, dude. Britney still got Britney money. Britney pisses away her money, and she still got money. That's like, you see here people pissing away money. She constantly pisses away money, and she still got money. I think she signed a deal with Coke or Pepsi. Where I think
she definitely has to deal with Coke, I think.
Dude, I think that like guarantees her money forever.
She ain't even got control of her money, I don't think.
I don't even think it matters. I don't think it can run out. I just don't think the girl's money can run out. She's been pissing away money since we've been young, and she still got money.
All right, where you want to go? Movies?
Yep, let's get these movies out the way.
96 movies, the sports movies. You want to just start with the sports movies? I think the sports movie game changed completely. Like it went from kids movies to 96 was all basically adult movies and really good ones. Jerry Maguire, Happy Gilmore, Kingpin. What else was there?
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup. Yeah, Tin Cup. D3 was kind of a kid's movie. So you had D3 and you had Space Jam.
Yeah.
Which was huge. But just the movies, the sports movie game, Hollywood changed a little bit, didn't it?
It did. It's kind of, it went away from all those kids movies, and it kind of like, I guess they were growing up with us. Hollywood was, because our taste is going to change as we grew up. But like, dude, if you look at those movies you just mentioned, Tin Cup, Happy Gilmore, Jerry Maguire, Kingpin, if that was on TV right now, you would watch them.
Watching every one of those.
Kingpin's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm watching Space Jam too, and probably D3. I don't remember D3 actually. I don't know if I even watched that one.
Me neither.
D3 was when they were in college, and it wasn't very good.
So I didn't watch that one. But you're right. I'd watch any of those. And that's not even it. Like Celtic Pride.
Yeah.
I've never talked to y'all about Celtic Pride. Have we seen this movie?
Yes, it's been a long time.
Anthony, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, Anthony, you got to watch that movie. What do you think
Maybe I
about
haven't. No. What's it about?
It's about who is it? Damon Wayans.
Yes.
Damon Wayans plays for the Jazz. He's like the superstar player for the Jazz. And
I've seen it.
and
Wait,
Harry,
remind me. I know I've
and
seen it.
Harry, no, Harry from Home Alone, the tall guy, curly hair.
Yeah. The sticky bandits.
Yes, he's a Celtics fan, diehard Celtics fan. He kidnaps Damon Wayans, like right before the NBA Finals or something like that.
Yeah.
Josh, did you like that movie?
It was okay. I watched it once or twice.
That movie's awesome. You're
He
nuts.
should have just got he kidnapped him because he didn't want him to win.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why didn't you just pull why didn't you just take this was years after. Why didn't you take a page off Nancy Kerrigan there and Tanya Harding? Tanya just said, hell with kidnapping. I'll take care of this right here. She can't play,
Well, then the movie would have been over really quick.
Team Tanya.
Celtic Pride, you got to watch that one, Josh. Anthony, watch that with Rex. I promise you, he'll like that. Great White Hype, Sunset Park, both good ones. Sunset Park, I would have guessed like 99 or 98. But that was one of the that was maybe the original movie.
I had the soundtrack to Sunset Park.
I don't remember the soundtrack, but I'm sure it was good.
Had MC Light, Keep On, Keeping On.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, that was only good song on the album. And you couldn't buy it as a single. You had to buy the whole album.
They knew what they were doing.
That was a good movie, though. The Fan. Do y'all remember The Fan?
Yes, that's Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. And then the only other one I had was Rebound.
Oh, yeah. Or with that was Don Cheadle playing Earl the Goat Manigault.
Yes, Earl the Goat. So that's a rare one, too, that a lot of people might not have seen. Check that one out. That's a good movie. But out of all of them, go watch Celtic Pride. I don't care what Josh says. Go watch it. It's a great movie. It's not okay. It's freaking awesome. It's a great 90s movie. Did I miss any sports movies, Josh?
No, I had all those. Yeah.
I mean, was there any other kids' movies other than D3 and Space Jam? I don't know.
I looked it up.
So that was a change. Josh, what about the top movies? What'd you have?
We had number 1, Independence Day.
Great movie.
Great movie.
And then this is kind of like starting like the summer blockbusters, and like the big movies would start coming out in the summer. You also had Twister, which I think I saw. I say this all the time, but me and a buddy, we knew somebody that worked at Dixie Dozen, and if it was raining or something, he was like the first dude to get his license. So we would just drive up to Dixie Dozen and watch Twister. I think I saw it like 7 times in the theater.
Just because it comes on all the time, too. Me and Katie have seen Twister a lot together. We both like it. We don't agree on much. We both like Twister. And a cool note, the newer Twister, it's great, too.
I like it. I really like it.
I did, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I haven't seen the new one, but I watched the old one about 6 months ago, and I still like it.
The new one's good, Charlie. The new one's good. That's a good watch for you. That's a good watch. Don't you agree, Josh?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's good. Very good.
I'll watch that. You watch Celtic Pride.
Then you had Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, the first one come out.
Look, I like the first and the second one, actually. After that, how many of them was there? 10?
We're on maybe on 7 or 8 for real. Because I think another one's about to come out.
I never even watched 2, and then I got off of it.
You had The Rock with Sean Connery.
Great movie. I love that movie.
Then you had Scream make its debut.
Never was a fan.
Started the teen slasher type movies. Gave you the Scream 2. I Know What You Did Last Summer. What else was there?
You know why people like those movies? Because they're scared of scary movies, and that was like their little B level, C level. Okay, I can handle this. That guy wasn't even scary, dude. Like Michael Myers or Jason or
that's more
Jeepers Creepers. They would have ended that guy quick.
Dude, he was just a regular person.
I would have ended that guy quick. I promise you. I've been waiting for that guy. Like, come on, dude, let's go.
It's more of a comedy than a scary movie, though. I would say. But
that's
you call that a horror movie, or
don't like scary movies? That's just like your introduction to scary
horror.
Movies.
Yeah, to me, it seems like more of a comedy. But
it's kind of like soft porn. That's soft horror right there.
Look, I could see if you're like a horror movie like critic, I could definitely see not
like Anthony. If you're like Anthony,
I get
could
it.
see,
I get it.
And then you had, I think me and Charlie got similar opinions on this movie. I think we both talked about it in the video, but From Dusk Till Dawn.
Love it.
Well,
Love it. It was a wild little movie.
Yeah. And, we've never actually talked about this, Josh, but I know you mentioned it, I think, on your part of the Thursday teaser for this show. I thought it was an awesome movie. The first half, maybe even like 60 to 70%. I was like, this movie is awesome. I remember the first time watching it. And then it just totally flipped. It was not a vampire movie for 50 to 60% of that damn movie. And then next thing you know, it went from one of the best movies I've ever seen to, damn, this is a vampire movie. And I'm just not a vampire guy. So
it's like
totally downhill for me.
As soon as you see Salma Hayek, it goes downhill. After that, it just falls apart.
And she was damn near the best part of the movie.
They didn't know they were vampires. Like you don't know the whole time somebody's a vampire. You got to figure out that they're vampires. Vampires can live amongst us. Those vampires living amongst us. You probably know somebody that's a vampire.
It might be you.
No, it's not me. I cannot stay up that late at night time. My daughter, I've accused my daughter of being a vampire. She likes to sit in the dark. She stays up late at night. I told her all the time, like, I'm going to like rub some garlic on you, see if you like it or whatever. But it's, hey guys, one you're missing, a kid's movie, Jumanji. I love Jumanji.
Jumanji came out in 96. Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't have that one in 96.
Love Jumanji.
Was that 96? I missed that.
It came out in 95.
Yeah, I thought
we just read 98. It's probably one of them deals, Josh, because I read it was 96.
Same thing. Same thing. It probably came out in 95, and then 96, it was just one of the best selling movies, And
the remake with The Rock, and I'm not a big Kevin Hart guy, but I did like the remake with The Rock and Kevin Hart in them, so it was good.
Yeah, we had it in 95, so I bet you same situation, because we talked about that in 95.
Yeah. Did y'all like The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey?
It was decent, and I'm not a big comedy guy like some people are, but it was decent.
I actually liked Jim Carrey movies, like a lot of the early ones. I wasn't a huge Cable Guy fan, though.
Me neither. Same.
Wasn't there another funny guy in that movie? Like, wasn't there another guy in that movie that was funny?
Matthew Broderick was in it.
I thought he was pretty funny. He's not funny. You didn't like him? Okay, I did.
Yeah, he's not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I don't know. That movie just wasn't great. Come on, you answered the other one that you mentioned in your video.
What is it?
Classic Swingers.
Oh yeah, I got it. I was talking about it next. Yeah, Swingers. Yes. Love Swingers. Your money, baby.
That was the introduction, basically, to Vince Vaughn, right there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Jon Favreau. It's a really good story. If you ever look up how that movie got made, it's really wild. They just kind of filmed it themselves and then kind of tried to sell it. Really, really cool story.
I think Favreau maybe directed or wrote that or something.
Yeah, I believe he wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The top show on MTV was Singled Out.
And that had just, I think we said that started maybe in 95. So it's a big deal. Yeah, that started blowing up. Before we jump off the movies real quick, The People versus Larry Flint. With 96. That was a good movie. Nutty Professor.
That was good.
Yeah, Nutty Professor is a good movie. And then we've always mentioned a Disney movie, 101 Dalmatians.
Oh yeah, that was the the live action one, right?
Yeah,
that's the cartoon one.
Yeah. No, well, the cartoon was in like the 60s.
Okay, you're right. There was a live action one here recently. I guess that was
Glenn Close. That was Glenn Close's one where she was Cruella.
Yeah, I think it's called Cruella. Isn't it called Cruella or something?
No, that was later. That's with Emma Stone.
Okay, I'm listening. I like it, Josh. I like it. I never was into the Cruellas and stuff, but my daughter liked them.
And
it was kind of sad. Cruella wasn't that bad of a person. She just had a bad rap. So
now, remember, I told you that you have to deep dive into the movies. You have to, or you're going to miss a ton of good ones. Because here's my deep dive. Okay, Josh, you got any more?
I had one more. You had the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, which really wasn't awesome. But
I had that one. I wasn't even going to mention it.
It was
It's
a
like
cult
Romeo
classic.
and
That's the only reason I was going to bring it because it was a cult classic. There's a lot of people that really enjoy that movie. I'm not one of them.
And I got a handful over here that I'm not even going to mention because I got to jump over here to the deep dive. Jingle All the Way.
Mm.
Did y'all like that one? I like that one.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Fear. Yeah, Fear.
Yep.
You seen Fear?
Yep.
Black Sheep.
With that's Chris Farley and
Chris Farley. Don't Be a Menace.
Oh, I got it right. Yep.
While drinking your juice, or what is it? Don't be a
menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Actually, pretty funny movie.
It was just a parody of like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Juice.
It was a good one. Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Horrible.
Flipper. We can't forget about Flipper.
That was in the 60s.
Set It Off. Set It Off is a good movie too.
I didn't like Set It Off.
You didn't like Set It Off? I thought
it was okay.
But
I got a couple of deep dives for y'all. The Craft. Remember the witches, the girls that were the witches?
Yeah, I had it, and I was going to leave that out because we got so many. 96 was good with the movies. The Craft.
And I didn't know this came out in 96. It was really the only scary movie that, dude, it used to mess with me, dude. Like, a lot of them, I enjoyed them. Like, they didn't mess with me much. But Hellraiser, he messed with me, dude. He messed with me. And Hellraiser, I was at 6, Bloodline. He was like, it was a mental thing with him, dude.
Yeah,
he wasn't trying to be scary. He wasn't like a psychiatrist, like some kind of crazy. You didn't want to go to the hell room or wherever the hell it was.
Dude, I remember being like 11 or 12 and popping that movie in and be like,
me too,
Josh. I'm out.
Josh, I remember my parents watching. I would always try to sneak and watch the scary ones when I'm really young, way before 11. And I'm watching it, and I'd always like sit there and watch it, like kind of. And I remember thinking like, nah, I ain't watching that shit. Like it's but then I ended up like peeking in again. That was just like I was in and out.
I never watched Hellraiser until I did watch it when I was older. I didn't watch it when I was a kid. See, Anthony was sneaking to watch the horror movies. I was sneaking to watch like The Program and all that shit. The Major League was the one I remember for sure. That was early 90s. My mom would not let me watch that. So I was like,
so we was 12 years I watched too much, I guess, then, because I had all those VHSs probably in my bedroom at my disposal.
Oh. Then I started trying to run down different kind of VHSs in a couple of years.
Yeah. That's about that time. Charlie, about that time when we starting to get introduced.
Well, I know one for sure has got to be popping up because we talked about a marriage a year or two ago, and I know a video is going to have to be coming up, I believe, before 2000. So I'm sure we'll talk about it. Matter of fact, I know that was before 2000.
It was.
See. That was all I had. You mentioned Cable Guy. That was all I had on the movies. Anthony, you had any more deep dives, or that was it?
We probably have had enough of those. We probably have to move on.
97 was a good year or 96 was a good year for movies. All right, Josh, you got anything on shoes or games? I know you had shoes, games that I had.
Yeah, a couple shoes. Wasn't crazy. I mean, you had the Jordan 12s, which I didn't like. Air Max 96s, which I did like. I brought these up in my TikTok. Little Air Max up tempos. Love these shoes.
I can picture you at like 15 years old wearing those right now. I remember you wearing those shoes. Matter of fact, I think I remember you wearing those more than any other shoe when we were kids. You loved those.
You still got some pair.
Well, the reason you probably remember them is because in 96, I got a job. So I could buy my own shit. So I had a ton of shoes, and I would always, those were my basketball shoes. I only hooped in those, and that's all I did. Didn't wear them to school, no nothing. So it'd be very rare if I wore them to school, but when we would go and hoop, that's what I wore.
What'd you spend your money on the most when you first got your first job, Josh?
Shoes.
Okay.
100%.
Gambling. I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Gambling.
Shoes and CDs. It's what?
Hookers and 8 balls.
Hookers and 8 balls.
You had the Space Jam 11s, like the all black ones that they showed in the movie, but I don't think they released until a little bit later.
Those were the shit too. I like those.
And then got some video games. You had Super Mario on the 64, Resident Evil. Y'all remember Resident Evil?
Yes, that was a good one.
PlayStation?
That was a good one. That Resident Evil was very good, high level video game.
The Nintendo 64 actually debuted in '96.
Yes. Okay.
The console.
And Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider on the PlayStation, Mario Kart on 64. Everybody was playing it.
Hey,
But
Nintendo 64, it was the Super Nintendo. There were some good little Nintendo. You know, they got outdone by Sony there and the PlayStation, but they've had some good stuff. Nintendo has.
They did
had some good stuff. They had the OG too. I mean, you know, the Atari was the idea. Nintendo came out, but Nintendo, yeah, they missed the PlayStation and that, but they've had some good stuff.
Crash Bandicoot was fun.
Mm-hmm. I still say Resident Evil's of the best. The Resident Evil's probably the best. An art role playing game with monsters. I mean, that game was scary.
I didn't play.
It wasn't scarier than Doom. Oh, I promise you, it wasn't scarier than Doom. Dude, I would like Doom. I wasn't playing that if I was at home by myself, dude. I'm telling you. And I like scary movies and scary stuff, but Doom, you be watching, you think somebody's going to come through that computer and get you, son.
Turn on Doom and the Hellraiser, and Anthony's out of this motherfucker.
Yes, and I like that shit, but not them. The Hellraiser was a deal when I was really young, dude. I think I didn't understand it. Like, you know, a lot of those ideas, Freddy, you know, I didn't understand the pedophile part of it, but like Jason, like you understood kind of what was going on. Hellraiser, you had to be a little bit older to understand what was going on. And if you don't know what's going on, it freaks you out that much more.
Y'all want to move on to sports? Y'all got
Let's get into sports.
Got anything else you want to hit before sports? I didn't have anything.
I'm going to make one bold prediction. 97 is going to rule the world, be the greatest one we have seen. I'm not going to name the movies, but I'm going to say 97 is going to be the greatest year for movies, just because I've seen like 3 or 4 that I know are some of the biggest movies of all time. 97 going to be the biggest year for movies.
Have you looked up the movies in 97 yet?
Yes, I have. Right. I haven't. I took a deep dive, but I got the big boys. I don't want to ruin it though.
I wouldn't say it's the best, but I thought it was kind of. Yeah, there's some really good ones though. So yeah, we'll talk about that. So sports. Before we get into the champions and who won the titles that year, y'all got any just odd stuff? Marge Schott. Remember Marge Schott?
Yes.
She had to give up her daily. Remember she got in trouble for saying some like racist stuff or something.
Yes.
Yeah, she had to step down. I thought that was a little cool tidbit that I ran across. I remember that happening. Mike Tyson knocked out Frank Bruno. Tommy Morrison.
Yeah.
She was actually
48
really
seconds.
No, Tommy Morrison. That was when he announced he had AIDS.
Oh.
I always liked Tommy Morrison.
He was a big deal coming up.
Yeah, he was. He was a slugger. Plus, and then he was in the Rocky movie.
Yep.
He's big.
All right, so here was one that I saw just real quick. Guatemala City soccer stadium. 84 people killed and 180 people hurt, while 47,000 fans tried to enter a stadium that only held 36,000 people. Have y'all heard of that? Is there
it was
a 30 for 30 of that?
Yeah, there's a 30 for 30 on that. Yep.
Is that the one where they get smashed into the fence?
Yep.
Okay, now that's a really good 30 for 30.
Yeah.
The way that the way they worded this was as they were coming into the stadium. That was like, had the game started in that one? That 30 for 30, Josh, that's a really good one.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy as fuck, but that's a wild ass story. 84 people killed in that one. Tiger turns pro and wins his first 2 events. So we've been creeping towards that. He was killing the amateurs, and then he comes in and wins his first.
He wasn't drinking or doing the painkillers yet.
Not yet.
Off property else. I'd love to know. I would love to see the videos and the trouble he got out of. He was able to talk his way out of, or somebody being a fan. You know, he got caught for those. I would love to see some of the moments where he didn't get caught. He was able to BS his way out of it, or Tiger Woods his way out of it.
Why are you trying to dog Tiger? We're talking about 96 Tiger. This was just coming up. He was still a kid. He was killing it. He wasn't doing none of that stuff yet, Anthony. He was perfect.
But they say he didn't want to pay his hookers. And I never liked that. That's when I lost it with Tiger. Here, Tiger, you're a billionaire, got the Nike deal, and these girls out here working their butts off from them, and you want to shortchange your hookers. I don't like that.
I don't respect that either,
No,
Anthony.
I don't. I don't.
Y'all got anything else on? That was really all I saw, just besides of course, the Kentucky stuff. We'll hit on that at the end. Kentucky wins the championship in 96. We could have did this whole episode about the 96 Kentucky basketball season.
I think we got to mention the Olympics in Atlanta.
Yeah, Olympics were in Atlanta. I had that written down.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali lit the torch.
That's cool. That was
and
cool.
there was that bombing on the first was it the first day or the second day? I can't remember. There was a bombing. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Then killed
Centennial Park.
Yeah, killed one person. U.S. women's soccer wins their first gold in that. Basketball wins gold. And that was all I had. USA wins the most medals, of course. But that wasn't a very...
Yeah, it was. Hold on. I got some good stuff.
What I missed?
I'll tug on those memories real quick. You had Michael Johnson. Remember, he had the gold shoes. He won the 200 and the 400.
And the 400. I had that written down. I missed it. Yeah, Michael Johnson.
And then probably I think this is probably the most memorable moment, in my opinion, when you had the U.S. women's gymnastic team. They were the Magnificent Seven with Carrie Strug. Remember, she twisted her ankle and she did the vault and kind of hops, to give the U.S. the medal.
And held it. She was able to hold it.
Yeah, she was able to hold it with that bad leg. Yep. So it was like her, Dominic Dawes, Dominic Moceanu made her debut, Shannon Miller. So really good year for the U.S. women's gymnastics team.
Josh knows all the gymnastics. I did miss one that I had here. Carl Lewis wins his 9th and final gold medal in 19.
Wow. What event?
It was the long jump.
Okay.
And I think Michael Johnson was towards the end of his career, because I want to say in 97 I saw something about him. I'm not sure. Look. So I was wrong. 96 Olympics were awesome, except the bombing.
Yeah, other than the bombing. We can do we got Bulls versus Sonics in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
Jordan wins again.
Jordan comes back, gets number 4.
Just kind of got into that. Staying in NBA basketball, I will say it. I will continue to say it. I don't care about the Jordan year. The 96 draft, top to bottom, best draft in NBA history. I don't even think it's close.
Kobe, AI.
It ain't just Elmo. It's like there's like 20 of them, dude. Like if you go through it, there's a bunch of them in there.
Well, Kobe in 96 gets drafted. And why did I think that Kobe was at the Lakers for a year or two before Shaq got there? Shaq also went to the Lakers in Kobe's rookie year. Like, I feel like my mind got erased. Like Men in Black comes out, I think, in 97, but I feel like I might have got hit with that flasher thing because that was weird for me. I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
See, I thought the same thing too. I thought Shaq came there after.
I swear I thought Kobe was there for at least a year or two before Shaq. But no, they both showed up in L.A. in 1996. That was huge. Yeah, but AI. Who else was in that? Was that
Ray Allen?
Was that Garnett?
No.
Garnett might have been maybe 97. Was that Dirk?
Yeah, No. You had Marcus Camby,
Steve Nash,
Sharif Abdul, Stephon Marbury, Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Kobe. You had Stojakovic.
Big Z was in it.
Yep. Ilgauskas. Roy. He ain't nobody. Derek Fisher.
Stephon Marbury. Antoine Walker. Steve Nash. Jermaine O'Neal. Big Z. Ben Wallace. I mean, the freaking draft was loaded, dude. And we didn't even mention Marcus Camby. There were some other ones in there, too.
Yeah, so that was a good draft. And then the Bulls, like I said, they get 4. Who'd they beat? They beat Seattle?
They beat the Sonics. They beat
Yeah.
the Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Deadlift Shrimp.
And then Dallas, after being out of the Super Bowl for 1 year, they're back in and they beat the Steelers in 96.
Weird thing about that, Larry Brown became the first cornerback to get MVP. He had 2 interceptions in the second half.
That tells you how bad the quarterback, well, I guess that was still Aikman, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Aikman for the Cowboys. And then
what was the score to that? What was the score to that game? I didn't write the score to that game down.
27-17.
Yeah, but he had 2 interceptions late in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Cowboys have not been back to the Super Bowl since.
Yeah, so we talked about them for 4 of the last 5 years, and then never again. It's never going to happen again either, ever. And just since we're on it, don't bet on Dak. We're going to be doing a little bit of a gambling, maybe like a segment, just because people want to hear it. We're not a gambling podcast, but we're do not bet on Dak Prescott.
Cowboys going to be good this year. Cowboys going to be good this year.
I like that defense.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're going to be good this year.
Actually, I got an asterisk, Anthony, because there's an asterisk. Early in the season, you can bet Dak. Pick and choose. But late in the season, don't do it.
Y'all rough on Dak. Dak ain't as bad as y'all act like he is.
The Yankees win their first World Series in 96 over the Braves, first time since 78.
Baseball still don't have a salary cap. It's 2026. Get with the times, baseball, so you can continue to grow your sport. Salary cap came in the NFL in 94. Greatest thing they ever did. We need a salary cap.
Well, by your standards, Anthony, you would think that the Yankees, who without a salary cap, who are always first, second, or third spending since 96, how many World Series have they won since?
It don't matter. The Dodgers spend whoever. Name me small market teams that have won it. There ain't hardly none.
The Marlins.
That's it. Now I'll give them credit. No, I didn't. I know there's a few, but it's dominated by large.
Another sneak peek to 97.
Huh?
Another sneak peek to 97 there with the Marlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, but the highest spenders aren't. It's not like the Yankees have won 15 titles in the last 30 years.
No, but who's spending now? The spenders now are the Dodgers. I mean, and they're winning. It's the big spenders. There's a group of about 4 or 5 of them. They dominate. They just dominate. And it's the big market teams. The small market teams don't have a chance. Like right now, Cincinnati has no chance of keeping LA. They know that. Here they drafted this great player and he's gone. They can't compete with New York or LA's money. They don't got that kind of money. Their team don't make that kind of money. But if you have a hard salary cap, you get away from that. Like it's the NFL. They just need to take that model and roll with it.
MLS made their debut in 96. And then the NHL, Colorado swept Florida. And that was Colorado's first year in Colorado. So, trivia question. Where did the Colorado Avalanche? They won in 96 in their first year in Colorado. In 95, they were in another city as another team, different name.
Panthers?
Who's that name?
Panthers?
That's my guess, Florida Panthers.
No, the Florida Panthers are still around.
96, hockey was struggling, I think.
Quebec
right.
Nordiques.
Okay. Really?
And if you don't remember the name, Google them. You will definitely remember the logo. You'll remember the logo. So the Quebec Nordiques moved to Colorado, win the Stanley Cup in the first year. All right, Anthony, you got anything? I know you. I think
so.
96 about the Derby.
Yeah, 96 was also prime River Frogs time. We're talking about hockey. 95 to 98. So that's right, prime Louisville River Frogs. Hockey was struggling in 96. I do think it's making some growth right now.
They got some better TV deals.
Yeah, so good deal.
Hey, you hear that? He'll get on board with the River Frogs, but he don't like the Louisville Kings. He hates the Kings. He won't get on board with that.
It's so the River Frogs, but no, in horse racing in '96, a very underrated horse. Lucas said it was one of his, and Gary Stevens, his jockey, said it was one of their most consistent horses. He was always overshadowed by Lucas's other two big horses, Serena Song, which was his big filly, in Timber Country. They were favorites in the Derby. Grindstone, though, ended up winning the Derby. Luis Cortez, he was a big horse during the whole Triple Crown thing. He won the Preakness, and Editor's Note won the Belmont. Alphabet Soup won the Breeders' Cup, which Cigar was in. But like a race before that, Cigar's streak ended, but he did tie Citation's consecutive 16 wins in a row. That's an amazing record at that high level of races. So great things in horse racing that year.
All right. What about college football? I did not write down the college football national champion.
Florida Gators.
Danny Warfel.
Yep.
Danny Warfel. I remember that one. That was I loved college football during them times.
Oh, I thought I had that written down the next year.
Danny Warfel.
I thought, am I did they win back to back?
That was the 1996 season is in 97.
The championship years.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That ends on January 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I got you. That's why I had it written down for 97, but technically that's the 96 season.
Yeah.
Danny Werfel and the boys, Spurrier, they were going wild, son.
They beat Florida State.
Beat the dog shit out of them, like 52 to something, 20 or
52 to 20. Yep.
Dog walked them. Danny Werfel was the man, didn't end up being nothing in the NFL. All right, on to what we've been wanting to talk about the whole time, the 1996 Kentucky Wildcats, the greatest Kentucky.
Hold on real quick while we're talking college football. You haven't noticed my 1996 Northwestern Rose Bowl sweatshirt.
I can't see your sweatshirt. All I see is your face. There we go.
You been down to Goodwill again, Josh?
Nope. I liked that Northwestern team in 96.
Get the fuck out of here.
Darnell Autry, Pat Fitzgerald. I'll drop names. My mom called the Northwestern bookstore in Chicago and got me this sweatshirt for Christmas.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So now we can talk about the Cats.
Ray Lewis was a rookie in 96, so keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ray Lewis. Who else? Marvin Harrison, T.O. They were the rookies in football. I actually wrote down the rookies in baseball, too. Vlad.
Derek Jeter?
No, he was the year before.
Oh, I thought I looked it up. It was 96.
Vlad, Andrew Jones, and Scott Rowland. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting them wrong. Maybe prospects. Maybe he was a rookie.
It's hard. You're right, Charlie. The baseball deal, I know it just from collecting cards now. There's prospects, there's rookies, then you're a prospect again. Like, it's confusing.
I don't know. Maybe Jeter was a rookie in 96. Thought that might have been 95. We'll have to keep looking up the rookies. That was something I had written down.
I looked at it again. It says 96, but it could be like you said, Charlie.
Jeter 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because I didn't have rookies written down. I had prospects. Vlad, Andrew Jones, Scott Rowland. So they were probably prospects while Jeter had probably just got drafted or just made his debut. So you're probably right on that. All right. The Kentucky Wildcats, 1996. Greatest Kentucky team of all time. I don't know. We'll debate that. Maybe if there's a debate here. I say not only the best Kentucky team, they're the best team of all time. I even went today because I had some comments on my video that said they thought UNLV. I went and looked at some of these popular lists of the top teams of all time in college basketball. The 96 Kentucky team is the best team, period. Look at the list and you tell me, because the other teams they have listed are some old UCLA teams who I'm not counting. I'm not counting those.
We weren't alive.
I'm just not. I'm not counting those. I'm not saying I don't count them as titles. I'm just not using them in this example. UNLV was one of them, but some of those lists had UNLV like 8, 9, 10. There was some North Carolinas. Kentucky's the best team. Tell me what do y'all think?
So I think there's two different ways of doing it, just like greatest of all time NFL player. Most accomplished, greatest. Now, UK 96 might win both of those, but I definitely think they were the most accomplished team, in my opinion. I can argue some other teams that didn't win it maybe were the best. Of course, as a Kentucky fan, I'll always talk about, the 38-0 team. And then, of course, Cal's first team in Kentucky I love that team. It's my favorite team. With John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, Patrick Patterson, DeMarcus Cousins. That team was nasty. But is it most accomplished or best? Most accomplished, yes. It is the most accomplished. And I'll make an argument for the best ever. We talked about how great that draft was in 96. That was those same players. So not only did they look great, but they beat a group of players that was absolutely stacked in college basketball that year.
So you're saying the greatest UK team that won a title?
Yeah, greatest, most accomplished.
Josh, what do you think? Best Kentucky team of all time?
I think so. I think they're deeper than that. I agree with Anthony. I really like that 38-0 team, but I think the Wall team wasn't deep enough to compete with that 96 team.
Could you press John Wall, Eric Bledsoe? I don't know if you could press John Wall.
I don't think they could shoot well enough. I think Tony Delp, Derek Anderson, Antoine Walker, they could spread the floor so well. And I think Pitino, this is before the true Pitino-Cal era. I think Pitino may be able to get Calipari at that moment. I think the 38-0 team, I just think they're young. I mean, when you're talking compare 96 to the 2018 team, I just think those guys were 2015. I'm sorry. They're just more mature. Those guys were men. I mean, you had Willie Cauley-Stein, but I just think those guys were just grown. Derek Anderson, again, they just had man weight on them,
You know what the argument would be, and I'm not saying I agree with this or don't agree with this. I think it's hard to compare the two generations because rules are different. Mm-hmm. But, the argument would be the game's more evolved nowadays, that players are more skilled. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm not saying I don't. I just think rules are different, so it calls for different kind of players.
There's definitely an argument for probably multiple teams. Let's be real. If the 2015 team doesn't get called for the shot clock violation and they end up winning that Wisconsin game and they win the national championship, not only are we going to sit here and say they're the best Kentucky team of all time, we're going to say that team was the best team in college basketball history. So, I mean, the line is this close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying I think 96 is better, but it's because I put a lot of stock in winning the title. And if 2015 wins the title, they surpass 96. So yes, there's an argument that they're better than 96 because because they lose a game off of a bad call or whatever you want to say. So yeah, there's an argument, but I put too much stock maybe in winning the title. But that's how I think when it comes to these arguments. So to me, 96, I can't put 2015 above them. I can't put 2010 above them. I can't put any of the 02, 03 gets forgotten a lot. Was it 02, 03 or 03, 04? That team that was the one seed, we got beat in the second round by
Daniels, Chuck Hayes, and them. Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, UAB. That team gets overlooked a lot. And if they go on to win a national championship, how many games did that team lose in the regular season? It wasn't a lot.
They were good.
And I'm not saying they are close to these other teams, like talent-wise, but if they go on a run and win the title, then we have that conversation. So 2010 gets it done. They're right in there, which they're in there anyways, but I just can't give it to them over a title winner.
I'll tell you a couple other really good teams that we're not talking about. And the 1-1 back-to-back, they were really good. Oh, they all stayed. The Joakim Noah, the Al Horford, Joakim Noah, Corey Brewer, team in Florida, they were really good, dude. Mm-hmm. Really good. And then there's a couple Duke teams. I always say Coach K don't get credit for blowing games. Zion and Barrett should have never not won the championship. Mm-hmm. RJ Barrett and Zion Williams, that was an awesome duo. And then you also
put that team up there as one of the best of all time?
Dude, I mean, Zion and freaking RJ Barrett. I mean, that's two of the best players that's been out there, and they had other good players with them. The Cooper Cup. They didn't win it, but the Cooper Cup, Con Kniffel, the other guy. I think that team was really good. I think they lost.
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, Cooper Flag. You're right.
But I don't think that team. That team wasn't. I mean, you got so much depth on that '96 team. I just
depth
don't think
can be overrated though. I don't think you can press these teams today. I don't think you can press these teams today.
A 21-year-old Walter McCarty guarding an 18-year-old Cooper Flag.
How much did they rely on the press? I love the '96 team. They relied on the press a lot. That's what they did. But everybody talks, all the gurus, everybody talks, you can't press these teams no more. Could the '96 team, they couldn't press one of these teams today.
Yeah,
the guards are too
these
good.
teams only go 7 deep. I think they could press them for sure.
Press them, and you keep getting beat and scored on. At some point, you got to turn the press off.
Who says they're getting beat?
I'm just saying, like, if you can't press them and they're beating the press and getting easy baskets every time down court, that's what they say now. I'm not saying I say that, but I'm saying some really smart basketball-minded people say, because I've asked people, like, why don't they press no more? Why don't they press no more? And they say the guard play is just too good to press anymore.
96 Kentucky team would press that Duke Zion team so fucking hard. Zion would be tugging on his shorts 5 minutes into the game. Mm-hmm. We would run them out. I can't believe you
bring the press back. Why don't they
teams of all time?
There's got to be something to it because you don't see Pitino really press no more.
But I mean, I agree with what you said, Anthony, too. I don't think teams are as deep as they are now. So, like, you can't even afford to press. You got everybody's got good players
and you
now.
Remember this
everybody's a ball player or a ball handler.
This is taken up for the '96 team. And I go back to what I said about comparing generations. You can't compare because rules were different. Probably one of the reasons you could press back then is because you could be more physical, and so within that press, you probably could get a little bit more aggressive. Now you're going to get a quick foul call. You start trapping somebody too hard,
Well, back in the day, too, teams were trying to get to the bucket. So you could press them. They were trying to get into the lane. Now they just want to get over grass. They just want to get over half court. So I would actually venture to say that the way the game's played with the shooting has a lot to do with it because you only got to beat it to over half court and then they're pulling from about 3 or 4 feet over half court. So,
right.
I mean, you almost got to put your best, pressing's hard. The game has changed, but 96, hey, at least today on episode 96, that team's pressing whoever.
That's right.
Greatest Kentucky team and greatest team of all time.
I'll actually
argue with me. Who was your favorite player on that team?
I like Delk.
Young Ron Mercer.
Yeah, I was a big Ron Mercer fan too, Anthony.
He was young on that team. Him and Derek Anderson with the underclassmen on that team.
Yeah,
and I actually went to the Sweet 16 Elite 8 game in Minnesota that year.
Yeah, you said that was against Wake Forest and Timmy D.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the
I sat right next to Anthony Epps' mom.
Did you?
Yeah, didn't even know it was her until he hugged her at the end of the game when we all walked down while they were cutting the nets.
Well, we ran through everybody that year. Now, I will say the SEC was terrible back then. But I don't know, what was our average win by? I know in the tournament it was by like 23 or 24. And Pitino did the throw in the game. We gave them that game. Pitino did that on purpose. And I've talked about that with teams going into the playoffs with long winning streaks. I've talked about it in the NFL. I've talked about it in multiple sports. And I think it's a thing. What do y'all think about that angle? For one, do you think that he threw that game? And two, do you like that angle with a team that's on a big winning streak going into the tournament or playoffs?
I think Pitino lost the game, but I don't ever think a loss is a good loss sometimes. I don't know. I want to try to win all of them.
I disagree. I think a loss can be a good loss. And I think I'm not saying he lost on purpose. I don't think nobody would just absolutely go out there and lose on purpose. But did he put his kids in the best position to win? I kind of think there was maybe something to it. That was top of Pitino.
Yeah, he didn't throw it, but he didn't try to win it, I don't think.
There you go. Maybe that's a better way to word it. He didn't throw it. He just didn't maybe try to win it.
I'm actually with both of y'all. liked Ron Mercer, and Tony Delk was probably my favorite player though. But I did like a young. I like that whole team though.
The 96 team lost some to me.
And then
I
he was
love the
Final
96 team. But when they went and coached with coach, and I get it's their coach. And then, I've said on this show, I respect it, but they did go wear the U of L red. Walter and Tony Delk did there on Patino's coaching staff.
I was going to ask what's your most memorable moment from that season besides actually winning the title. Josh, I guess, would say going to the game against Wake Forest. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
That year, I remember Marcus Camby and John Calipari beat us in the first game, and we wanted that rematch. And we got it. But before that rematch, I think we played Wake Forest and Tim Duncan, and we put a work on Tim Duncan. I mean, great. Tim Duncan was great. We weren't going to stop him with one person. We went on to play UMass, and we got on. That UMass team was nice. I give John Cal a lot of credit. UMass has never been good. Was that Padilla? Marcus Camby?
And there was another
Trevesio.
Yeah.
Was it Trevesio was the other guard? I don't know how. I just remembered that.
True. What was it? Trevesio?
I think so.
I mean, Marcus Camby was a nice college player. He was. He was a very
he was.
He was the best player in the country, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, the answer.
Shit. I mean,
I'm with you. Tim Duncan.
That's two different players. Back then, that big man was valued, though. But you're probably
Tim Duncan.
I'm all about AI. The big man was what you wanted back then. But I'm with you, Anthony. AI for sure. So how many? I've heard 9, 10. What was it? How many pros off of that team?
Who did Marbury play for? Did he play for Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Okay. Yeah.
You had Delk
and McCarty.
Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker was a sophomore. He left that year. I think Mark Pope was the senior that year. He went to the NBA. That's 4. I think that might be the only 4 that left.
And then we had Nazir Muhammad.
Okay, you had Nazir Muhammad.
He didn't leave that year.
No. I think those first 4 were the only 4 that left. And then you had Muhammad. You had Derek Anderson and Ron Mercer. That's 7. You had Shepard. Did Shepard get drafted or go to the league? I don't even know. Do they count him?
I think he had a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Wayne Turner, Anthony Epps. I don't think Anthony Epps went. Jared Prickett didn't go. Cameron Mills didn't go. Alan Edwards, he was a big recruit. Did he ever go off potential maybe to the NBA?
No, dude. I loved that guy though. He was a good role player. He didn't score a lot. Like I think if you look at his career stats,
he was like a top. He was a disappointment. He was a top 3 recruit coming out of high school. He was a big recruit. I think Roger Rhodes was.
No, you didn't say Roger Rhodes right there. Roger Rhodes wasn't on that team either.
Alan Edwards.
Yeah, you said Alan Edwards. Roger Rhodes had left. He went to USC, the year before?
Yep.
I said Alan Edwards. That's not I'm thinking Roger Rhodes. Yeah. Sorry. I loved Wayne Turner. I would take Wayne Turner getting to the basket over anybody.
Couldn't shoot for shit.
He could get to the fucking basket.
He had that broke ass shot.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
Hey, shout out to my boy. You know who he shot like, Josh?
Who?
Marcus Anderson. Remember the side spin Marcus Anderson had?
Yeah, but he went more like this.
Yeah, he did.
Turner
was like the opposite.
Yeah.
If you remember, he got that shit working at the end of the year. Like he turned it into a decent shot, not a great shot, but he turned it into a manageable shot.
Was Oliver Simmons on that team?
Yes. That was the victory cigar. Wasn't he the victory cigar?
Oliver Simmons. Who else was at the bottom of that lineup that we're forgetting that we got to mention?
Todd Sabota?
Jason Latham.
Jason Latham.
Cameron Mills, Jared Prickett.
Cameron Mills, and he ended up, we'll talk about him in the next couple episodes, but Cameron Mills ended up having a couple moments. Yeah, look, 96 for me, 14, 15 years old. Same for Anthony, Josh, a couple years older. It doesn't get much better right there. No. Josh, I was in 8th, so you was in 10th grade then?
Yeah, I was a sophomore,
yeah. I was at my 8th grade. Look, before we get up, y'all got anything else on the 96 team?
No.
I mean, we could do a deep dive, and I could talk about this team forever, but y'all got anything else before? I do want to, look, I've only told a couple of people this. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'll make it real short. After this 96 season, I went to the Rick Pitino camp. I'm sure I probably told both of y'all this. I was a Mercer fan, like Anthony said. This was like a 3 or 4 day camp that we stayed overnight, stayed down in Lexington. One day you could get up early and go play whatever player you wanted one-on-one. I wanted Ron Mercer. Ron Mercer had like a sprained ankle. So I picked Derek Anderson. And when I tell you that I put it through his legs and hit a bank shot on him, and he was, look, I am actually a fan of Blitz the Bookie that claims he knows Derek Anderson. I'm pretty sure he's not lying. And he told him this story. And he even threw in the part about where I said he was mad. So I don't think he was mad, but it did make him very happy. DA, I'd love to get you on the show and talk to you about that because I know you remember that. 14-year-old kid. He was strapping me up too. I couldn't even put the ball on the ground. That's the only reason I did it is because he checked it up and was so close to me and 6'4", and I'm 13, 14 years old. I couldn't even put the ball on the ground, but I did put it through his legs and hit a bank shot to beat him 2-1. That's in the memory bank. And I haven't told too many people that because I'm sure they think I'm full of shit. Actually, when I came home from that camp, I didn't tell any of my friends that. None. I told my dad. I didn't tell anybody because I was like, nobody's going to fucking believe me. I swear it happened, and you know it. DA knows it. And there was like 50 people watching. So if you happen to listen to the show and you were in that line watching that, please contact me and let me know. That was my moment of 96, honestly.
Once you beat him between the legs, I know you probably felt him on your back, like, oh, he's coming. Like, what kind of shot did you have to try to throw up once you got it through his legs?
It was like a 10-foot bank shot from the.
Oh, so you immediately put it up. You weren't going to let him recover.
Immediately, no dribble. I literally got around him, got it, shot a bank shot, and you only played to two. You only played to two because there was like 50 people waiting. Mm-hmm. And I was like the third kid in line, and the second kid was like a 7-year-old. And he let this 7-year-old beat him. But after that, he stepped up and told everybody else, ain't no more gimmies. There ain't no more gimmies. And I was like 2 later, and I'm telling you, he did not want that to happen. I love you, DA, but you know I'm telling the truth. You know
most people go through the legs and, immediately you go to the basket and you got him beat. He always said, hell with this. I'm getting it up while the getting's good.
I'm so happy cell phones weren't a thing when we were kids, but I wish we had cell phones right around then. I wish somebody had that on camera. All right, guys, y'all got anything else?
That's it.
97 is coming. Episode 100 is coming. Guys, we appreciate everybody. Make sure you keep checking us out on all the social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hit them all up. Josh, you back on Twitter yet?
Yeah.
Hey, we love y'all. Catch y'all next week. Blitz the Bookie. Yeah. It's not an episode of Blitz the Bookie if he does not mispronounce one name. What about like a quarterback or an 8-ball? How much do you think that was?
Dime bag was $10,
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better